with terrific insights that spill over to other areas, not just on this one thing and not just for somebody watching, but the whole insight that we are in a belief-driven universe and that we are giving meaning to everything, and that meaning may be not serving you. And if you walk in with a problem, like I say, impatience, well, underneath it all are some beliefs that have to deal with a judgment I made when I was 3 years old that I just reinforced, and all of it wasn't like the pen. It wasn't real.
And the yes to all of that, and for people who are primarily visual, when you didn't see it, the belief is gone. We did that for 20 years or so, and it worked for 80% of the population, and you got 10-15% who are emotionally kinesthetic. And I would say, can't you see it? They say, I don't know what you mean. What do you mean, see it? And I always assume, well, they could see it, but they're not clear. Well, keep looking, it's there. And I then realized, wait a minute, they don't really see it at all, because they're not visual. So then I realized, well, how do you know that it's true? Because I feel it. So there are those people who act on their feelings. So I know it's true because I feel it's true. So I basically say, why would you act on your feelings? Because they're true. Well, how do you know they're true? Well, they're reflective of reality. There's something in reality that's causing it. I don't feel comfortable. I don't want to deal with you anymore. I don't like you. So I'm going to stop dealing with you. Why would I do that? Because I don't feel comfortable. Why would I trust my feeling? Because there's something you're doing that's making me feel that. I don't know what it is, but my feeling is coming from you. So I can trust my feeling because it's reflective of reality. But as soon as you make the person who's emotionally kinesthetic aware, reality didn't cause your feeling. Your feeling's got nothing to do with reality. You caused the feeling by the meaning you gave it. Now go back and give it a different meaning. What happens? The feeling goes away. So if the feeling goes away, then it wasn't mom and dad's behavior. It's what you said mom and dad's behavior mean. That handles the kinesthetic people. And for people that are a little bit of both, you got it both.
That is outstanding.
Thank you.
We can go on forever. I'd love to hear more. I'd love to know more about your processes. I want to.
But there's one more thing that I've got to do for 5 minutes as part of this. At some later point, you've gotten rid of one belief and you've seen that. The impatience is ultimately, you need to get rid of that belief before we can get rid of what makes me important is getting things done. So at some point we will do that one because that's actually the one that causes the impatience. So we won't do that now, which is fine. But there's one more thing that I wanted to stay with me for a minute. Okay? You said a little bit ago, I'm not important, and that felt true for you, right?
Right.
Now you're saying that's not true at all.
Right.
Good. Take a look inside. Just get a sense. Is Joe still there?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, you shouldn't be. See, if you say I am something specific, no, I'm not important, it's just one of them. But if you say I am, I mean, that's a sense of myself. I am, and we could do this on every belief you've got. You say, well, I only get rid of one belief. We could do it on every belief you got. And when you look inside, Joe's still going to be there. So if you're not your beliefs and how they manifest, we're left with an interesting question.
Oh, I love this one, though. I know where you're going.
Who the hell are you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I love this. This is I have a program called the Awakening Course, and I take people to this place where I call that the witness.
Okay.
I'm calling it the witness. I don't even know that that's Joe. Joe is the name that was given to the being that showed up because we had to name him something so we knew what to call him when the unknown walked through the room.
Well, we might be going in the same place, I know, but just stay with me just for the moment because you'll see how we do it and what it's involved. So then just the issue is that, so who am I? And you say, well, the witness is something. So let's just stay with me a minute. How did the belief I'm not important get in up there? My question is, how'd it get there? You said that it wasn't out there, it was here. How'd it get there?
Yeah. Are you talking about how I came to that conclusion?
You said that the belief I'm not important wasn't out there, it was in your mind.
I made it up.
I made it up. So there had to be an I before there was a belief. There had to be a belief creator before there could be a belief. There had to be an interpreter of the events before there's an interpretation. Can you see who you really are is the creator of your beliefs, not the sum total of your beliefs.
I see where you're going. Okay.
We live as if we're the sum total of our beliefs. I'm not good enough, I'm not important, I'm whatever, and the way those beliefs manifest here. I'm a good father, and I'm a good husband, and I'm a hard worker, and I'm a contributor. So that's me. And the behaviors come from the feelings, so my feelings and how those feelings and my behaviors manifest. But you then notice that you can take away the beliefs and therefore change the manifestation, and you're still here. So when we look to say, who are you really, we discover that who you are is the creator of the beliefs. And you can call that the witness or consciousness or whatever you want. Now, there's something interesting about this. I think that right now, you know that as the creator, let me just give you a little metaphor to help make this real. It's as if who you really are, Joe, is a sculptor. And when little Joe was born, he was a formless mass of clay. And as a sculptor, you looked at your model. In the beginning was mom and dad. And mom and dad were doing what they did, and you put a little bit of, I'm not important, and I'm this, and life is this way, and what makes me good enough is getting things done, etc. And then the piece of sculpture was done. You know what happened then? You forgot that you were the sculptor, and you've lived your entire life as if you're the piece of sculpture.
You're familiar with my quote in the movie The Secret? You are the Michelangelo of your own life. The David you are sculpting is you.
Yes. And this is a way that people experience that. So again, I mean, this is something that I know you know, but just to sort of round out the process and how people get into this. I suspect right now you know that you're the creator of your life in a way that very deep and profound way. Because we can know things in three ways. You can know things by understanding, and that's reason, logic, language, description. And you can know things by experience, which is not better or worse, it's just a different way. So you can tell me about some place you've been to, about Bermuda, you can tell people, and I said, you made that sound so real that I understand, I'm going to go. But you've been there and had the experience and I haven't. There's another way to know something, Joe, and the other way to know something is when you create it. When you distinguish it, when you make it real for yourself. And at this moment, what you've just done is you've distinguished yourself as the creator, the witness from the creation. So if you look inside right now, don't you know that you are the creator of your life in a way that goes way beyond understanding or even experience? Yeah. And right now, as the creator, as the sculptor, what's possible?
Anything.
Yeah. What limitations do you have?
None that I can imagine or think of.
Yeah, that's right. What's missing right now?
Well, nothing.
Yeah. So what this process does is, it's not the only way, but it's a very simple, quick way, is it literally shifts your identity from the creation, from I am my beliefs and how they manifest, to I'm the creator of that, I'm consciousness, I'm the witness. And you know that not because you've been taught it or because you even had a momentary experience, but you know it because you actually make the distinction, you create it for yourself. And one of the ways to know that the identity has been shifted is to ask a question which in normal life people would say, well, I don't have a lot of limitations, but I got some. And what's possible? I mean, there are a lot of things possible, but not anything. But when you're in this space, the answer that is always given, what the feeling is, well, anything's possible. You don't think of what isn't. The experience is anything's possible. I have no limitations. And there's nothing missing. So the process does two things. It enables you to change the creation, because the creation is a function of the beliefs. So by changing the beliefs, one more session or one or two more times with you, and your impatience will be gone. That's a very different Joe, the creation. But what doesn't change, as you well know, is the witness, the creator.
Right.
And what this process does is when the belief goes away and you get that you created the belief that created your life, you actually end up in that experience, you've shifted that identity, and you get into that altered state very easily and very quickly. So what you discover is, as long as I'm going to walk around as a creation, I'd rather be a better creation, one that's not impatient, one that's happier, more nurturing, etc. And ultimately I know is, I made the whole thing up anyway.